you're aware of the supposed expose by this supposedly former soldiers. Basically, ang isa sa mga paratang nila, mukhang na-bribe itong mga ICC representatives na bumisita sa Pilipinas. At nagkaso na nga itong si former Senator Sonny Trillanes laban dito rin sa mga nagpapakalat niyan ng ganyang naratibo. Pero gusto ko pag-usapan, no? Pwede ba talaga? Kasi ang nagdedebate si Sonny Trillanes tsaka doon sa abogado ng mga so-called ex-Marines, no? Si Levy Baligod. Sabi ni Sonny Trillanes, naku, lagot kayo sa ICC, pwede kayong habulin. Diba? Dahil dun sa tinatawag na Article 70. Can you explain that, no? Pwede ba talaga silang panagutin for those malicious statements or accusations that they hurled against the ICC representatives?
So sa isang kaso sa ICC, no, hindi kasama sa Duterte case, may abogado at saka yung case manager, yung tagabigay ng pondo, taga-manage ng kaso para sa depensa, no, for the defense. So yung isang defense lawyer at saka yung case manager plus two other persons, yung mga kasama nila, they reached out to witnesses, they paid witnesses, they probably also intimidated witnesses. Nalaman niya ng ICC dahil this was really stupid. Yung ICC, of course, has access to the phone calls nung detenido. Hindi naman pwedeng private yan, no? And they were able to realize that there were instructions coming from the accused para doon sa abogado, and then yung abogado naman nag-relay. Nalaman niya ng ICC, no? Kinasuhan sila under Article 70, obstruction of justice, no? Isa yan sa mga krimen sa ICC treaty na hindi war crimes, hindi crimes against humanity, hindi aggression, hindi genocide, kundi simple obstruction of justice. Kinasuhan sila, nilitis sila, at pinarusahan sila ng pagkakakulong. Hinuli sila because nandun lang sila sa Belgium. Tandaan natin yung ICC nasa Netherlands, pagkakatabi lang yan. So they were arrested by Belgian authorities and they were brought to the ICC and they were punished and tried. That's the same case that Senator Trillanes is invoking. That's the same provision, Article 70. Hindi natin alam, no, kung halimbawa yung mga abogado at yung mga sinasabi niyang testigo na may bribery. So that's the worst part, no? These people are accusing the ICC of accepting bribes, of committing corruption to either charge, prosecute, detain Rodrigo Duterte. So hindi lang ito obstruction of justice, meron talagang malicious attribution of crime dun sa ICC. So it's in a way, it's as serious or even more serious than the other case that I mentioned. Hindi ko alam kung kakasuhan sila ng ICC, imbestigahan sila ng ICC. I think it's serious enough for the office of the prosecutor to pay attention to what they're saying, to what they're doing. And I think if they persist, they could be issued warrants of arrest. There could be a separate confidential investigation going on. And if they persist, they could be brought to the ICC themselves.
Kung mangyari po yan, kung talagang kasuhan sila, paano sila dadalhin sa ICC? Kailangan ba idaan sa local courts or pwedeng gamitin yung ating sariling batas laban sa crimes against humanity?
Because it's a warrant of arrest issued by a court, even if the Philippines is no longer a member of the ICC, no? Pwede naman kasi makipag-cooperate ang isang bansa kahit na hindi miyembro ng ICC, no? Ang United States, nagdala na ng isang suspect dati pa na nasa Africa, sinurrender, kinuha sa US Embassy doon, dinala sa Hague. So, there's no need to go through a local court. Merong provision sa ICC treaty na sinabi na dalhin daw sa judicial authority ang isang tao na may warrant of arrest, no? But ang purpose lang nito, ipakita na siya yung tao na nakalagay dun sa warrant of arrest, and that walang torture, walang physical violence na ginamit na labag sa batas, because you can use force to enforce a warrant of arrest. And hindi ito nangangahulugan na magkakaroon ng paglilitis sa Pilipinas tungkol sa validity ng warrant of arrest ng ICC, no? So as simple as that.